out of the moss bed. Coming up on this episode of The New Fly Fisher, we're in Wyoming, Casper, Wyoming, fishing with the Ugly Bug Fly Shop and Crazy Rainbow Lodge. We're hooked up to giant rainbows and browns. This big fish adventure starts right now on The New Fly Fisher.
Ooh, that's a nice sized fish.
Absolutely fantastic. Nice. Oh my goodness, that's the kind of fish they make stickers out of.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Visit Casper, Ugly Bug Fly Shop, Crazy Rainbow Fly Fishing, Vair Watches, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited.
As much as we love fishing new locations, new rivers, and new outfitters, there's nothing quite like looking forward to returning to a place you've fished before. You've seen the fisheries, the lodge feels like home, and more often than not, the outfitter or guide sees you not just as a client, but as a friend. Returning to a destination you've fished in the past, you know what to expect, and you need not worry about a thing, except for having fun and catching fish. Well, here we are returning to one of my most favorite locations in the American West. Welcome back to Casper, Wyoming and the North Platte River with good friend Blake Jackson and the Ugly Bug Fly Shop and Crazy Rainbow Lodge. Casper, Wyoming, located in the eastern central area of the state, is well known to anglers to be the outdoor hub for those looking for excellent trout adventures. Casper proper still has that Old West feeling with a vibrant downtown. Excellent food, entertainment, and craft breweries allow travelers to Casper need for nothing. Small enough to explore on foot, Casper really is the perfect mountain town. Located in downtown Casper is the Ugly Bug Fly Shop. Nominated as a finalist for the prestigious 2024 Orvis Fly Fishing Outfitter and Fly Shop of the Year, Ugly Bug has everything anglers need for their time in Casper. No matter the season, weather, or species. This trip we're staying at the Crazy Rainbow Lodge just outside of Casper. Co-owner of the shop and lodge, Blake Jackson, will be guiding us this week. And though our original plan was to do a cold weather late season show, Mother Nature didn't get the memo, and the region is warm, like shorts and a t-shirt warm. After a great visit and a good night's sleep, Blake picks us up in the morning and we develop a plan. It's a short drive to the river where we get set and ready for our first day on the North Platte.
My last trip was fishing northerns with 10 weight, so I need to shake the lead out a little bit. Might be a little clunky here. Closer?
You can give it one more.
After a slower first hour or so and a few fly changes, we finally come tight, briefly.
Got it. Nice. Good fish.
Nice one too.
Yeah, it is. And athletic, yeah. Oh! LDR.
Yep.
Set you up again. There's another pocket kind of over here underneath that tree. Finally a taker.
We found one, Blake.
Yeah.
Now that the nights are getting cooler, Blake, what is that doing to the fish in the morning?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of at that weird stage of like, there's some days when the nights have been a little warmer that we're getting trichos first thing, like, you know, sun up, first couple hours, and there's other times that it's more like 9 to 10 o'clock that they really start coming off. It got pretty cool last night, so it being a little bit behind isn't a huge surprise, but
We come to an area with still froggy water on an inside bend and see a bunch of noses.
There he is.
I missed him.
See the leaves that are actually floating way more left. Yeah, just if you cast at noon, he's at 12:30. Yeah, there he
I got
was.
him.
See him there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move you out a little more. Give me just a sec.
And nothing. So we move on. And things start to pick up.
Oh yes. That was cool. Watched him chase it right when you started moving it.
I didn't see it. Nice. Rainbow.
Good jumper, yeah.
Now that's better to be lucky than good, right?
I like it. We'll take it.
I went to pull up and recast, and my rod doubled over.
Yeah, I saw him come out from underneath that tree and chase it down. That was cool.
It's good fish. It's one thing you don't worry about with these fish because of that reason exactly, is don't worry about your line not being on your reel. You can strip fight these fish.
Yeah.
Because if you're not focused on what you're doing with these fish, and you're focused on getting your line on your reel, you've got a great shot of having slack thrown into your line. I've lost so many fish that way, Blake. It's embarrassing, actually.
Yeah, I always say don't put them on the reel unless they take it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Good.
Just about ready, I think. Come on up, buddy.
Took the Perdigon dropper. Nice grab. Good fish.
Good fish.
We had to work for him, but it's worth it.
Spit the bug right out. Well done.
So Blake, when you're head hunting on a river, are you just sort of scanning everything, or are you just sort of, where's the highest percentage of where these fish are going to be?
You know, I think it's kind of a combination of everything. I scan a lot of everything, just trying not to miss something. But a lot of times when I'm looking at a current seam, I'm usually looking at like kind of the inside corner pocket. So right where the kind of soft water inside corner is hitting the current seam, I seem to find, at least here on the Platte, seem to find a lot of the bigger fish kind of in that lie. But when we hit some of these big kind of lakier flats, then I'm just more scanning. But to me, they kind of follow that basic rule of thumb of like, if there's character, look near the character, try to look where the calm water's hitting the character. If there's not much character in that stretch of river, just kind of generally scan and be patient and observe best you can. I think sometimes it's kind of a toss-up on that flat water stuff.
We've had situations where we're following different kinds of structure. Usually, the bubble lines are where the food is.
Yeah.
But we're fishing wind lines and we're fishing leaf lines.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've got a few bubbles. The leaf line is really, with the temperature change, I think we'd be getting bubbles on the same sort of current seam line as well. But often those leaves or sticks or branches or any odds and ends can kind of show you where that natural food line is occurring. Yeah, and then like you said, we're just kind of focusing on some of the structure sort of odds and ends where it makes it a little easier for them to hang out and hide and then pop out and grab a bite to eat and jump back into some cover.
It's very slow and meandering. There's some rapid features. There we go.
Well done. Sitting right on the edge of that moss bed, wasn't
Yeah. Well, that's where I thought, we've been fishing a lot of that structure today,
it? Yeah.
and haven't pulled anything out this morning, but it's now afternoon and
Picking up.
2 fish in 5 minutes. I like it.
Brown trout. A rarity here.
I think that might be my first Platte brown. Caught cutthroat, caught rainbows.
Yeah. Good looking little brown trout. Not the biggest dude in the river, but a healthy one. Pretty little dude.
Middle of the river fish. So we got out of the wind and I had to take my sweaters off. It got too hot. Like the weather, I mean, we're in October here, fishing in shorts. How's the weather affected the fishing?
Well, today's been a little goofy. Normally our afternoons this time of year are better as the water warms up. Our hatches get better, which kind of seems to be the case today. But you know, here over the past week, the mornings have kind of been a better time to be out than the afternoons. But good looking little bow. Yeah, good and healthy. Thanks, little guy. A few more bugs on the water with a little less breeze helping us out. Nice.
Good spot, Blake. It's funny how you watch them taking naturals on the surface. You throw a big
chubby Chernobyl at them.
yeah, and then they go for the nymph.
Yeah.
Target practice is fantastic.
It is
like
awesome.
that.
My favorite fishing.
These fish are so healthy on the North Platte.
There's really prominent stripe to him too.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
pretty. Nice.
Nice. Good one.
Jacked up jaw though. Dilbert.
As the afternoon rolls along, we start seeing more and more noses.
Good cast. Yep.
Just as soon as you look away, the indicator drops. Well, for a slow morning, it sure has picked up this afternoon,
a bit,
huh?
yeah. These fish are happy now. It's big flat. There's a bunch of them rising.
So we got a really basic system on here. It's a chubby Chernobyl with about 12, 16 inches of dropper on, and then a Perdigon.
Yeah, a little tungsten Perdigon jig behind it. I like those Perdigons, you know, the little tungsten bead helps it sink a little bit.
Yeah. Barbless, so they just pop out.
Yep. You get them right in the roof of the mouth every time, which is nice and easy to handle them and get it out. Nice
Epic.
little boat.
That other fish is
Still working.
Yeah. I like that one right off the moss.
Right off the moss. Nice cast. Yes. Oh, you ate it dry.
Okay. Ooh, calm down. I wasn't expecting him to eat the dry.
No, either was I.
This is the
I
first
like
fish
it.
we've had today eat the dry.
Yeah. Moments of relaxation compounded with intensity.
And adrenaline.
Yeah, and adrenaline, yeah.
And with that fish, we decide to call it a day. It's our second day fishing the North Platte River with Blake Jackson. Again, he picks us up at the Crazy Rainbow Lodge, and we head to the river. A little longer drive today to a different section.
Well, Blake, what a difference a day makes. I mean, the W's down, thank goodness, but so are the temperatures. We had a 40-degree temperature swing from last night to this morning.
Yeah, fall in Wyoming, you never know what you're going to get. Definitely dress in layers sort of situation.
What's that going to do to the fish today?
It should be good, actually. It should help our caddis hatch, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of pseudos again today. So it shouldn't be a bad thing. A little later start helps us too.
Yeah, a little later start, which means that we could be out late enough that we see the full caddis hatch tonight. So fingers crossed, things go well.
Yeah, I'm in.
Let's go fishing.
Yeah. We'll start with the big dry dropper program again.
So this morning, we're going to go back to what worked really well yesterday. We're going to throw a big chubby Chernobyl high riding dry fly as the top fly, and then, you know, a 12-inch piece of 4X tippet, or maybe even 5X tippet, down to probably a jig fly, a perdigon. Those flies tend to really do well here. That's a setup that we use often when we fish with Blake here on the Platte, and we're going to put it to use today to see how well we can do. We're at a section that has got lower numbers of fish, but aggressive fish and generally bigger fish down here. Headhunting is the name of the game today again.
So these fish will really be oriented on root balls.
Okay.
Those sort of overhanging limbs that are creating a seam.
Kind of like we were hoping for yesterday.
Yeah, and definitely, you know, current against the bank, we'll fish it tight against the bank, but current seam kicks off, let it run the current seam away from the bank versus
right there.
Yeah, versus the dead water stuff, right?
Gotcha.
But all these little moss beds, we'll try to pick all these things apart. First one of the day.
Touch wood, I've never fallen out of a boat.
We come up to a slick after a riffle, and Blake asks me to hit the inside seam where the slick and the riffly water meet. Often, trout will relate to that slick line as current structure similar to a seam in a riffle. I see a fish eat on the outside of the slick and mess it up.
Nice.
That's where I saw him.
We make a fly change, move back to the bank, and continue downstream.
Nice. Whoa! Watch rod. Twisty twist. Pushing at you. Got it. Good. I tried to add to the show.
So Blake, when you are guiding on sunny bluebird days like this, do you generally start on the shady side of the banks of the river or on the sunny side, and why?
Well, I think it varies a little bit. My tendency normally is it's really hatch and food dependent. So, you know, like this morning, temperature is a little colder. I think sometimes the hatches, you know, are a little better on the sunny side, right? Because water temps are going through a change and we got a little more bugs coming out. And then as the day progresses, water temps warm, I tend to find more fish on the shady kind of sunny side, or the shaded side, non-sunny side. But you know, to me, it's really relative to the time of year and to what bugs are coming off more than shade versus sun, right? It's what food's being provided. And then, you know, we also got the variable of wind, right? So when you throw in some wind and what side of the river are the bugs getting blown onto, what side of the fish seeing more bugs at, kind of have to take that into consideration.
So more bug life than water temperature.
Correct. Yeah, more bug life than water temp. Yep.
Shallow water
Yeah,
fish.
it was. less than a foot.
Wow. And that caddis just barely dropped too, huh?
Barely ticked.
So it's just after 11:30 in the morning, and just like yesterday, it started out a little slow. Made a couple of fly changes, but we seem like we've got the pattern down. Second fish of the day, and took the nymph
Yep.
very gently in such shallow water. I'm surprised you can't see the fish, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the clarity is so clear.
it
that
is super clear. I've never seen this river this clear.
We're having to stay a little further off the banks than normal just because of the clarity.
Nice fish.
Good fish. Well done, Mark.
Sir.
Right in the roof of the mouth, perfectly. Nice fish. Wrong way, buddy. There he goes. Nice.
There we go. On the reel.
Heading to the shallows.
You'll notice that when I had slack in my line and that fish started to run, I held my right arm out with the excess fly line in my hand. And what that does is that it actually keeps your fly line clear from getting tangled up into anything, so that you can allow that fish to run and not actually bust that fish off because it gets wrapped around your feet or the chair or something like that. So you can manage your slack by holding the excess line out to form a triangle to keep it clear of getting caught up with anything. It's really effective. I was taught that fishing bonefish down in the Bahamas because, as you know, they run like crazy. And if you have any slack, they'll school you pretty quick.
Very helpful.
The fishing is turning on. Oh, nice fish. Look at the color on that. It's
Yeah, it's
rose,
pretty.
rose, rose. It's good fish.
Yeah, it is.
We row downstream a bit, and Blake sees a nose.
Yep. So be where your bug's at now, but he's probably 10 to 15 feet downstream. There he was.
Got him.
Yeah. Just outside of him, maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a surprise fish. So we're down in some productive water that Blake knows really well. We rode for about a mile after lunch, and we picked that fish up right off that slow, froggy area near that concrete.
Sitting right on that seam that.
Yep. Total accident fish. I was going to pick up and recast. Goes to show sometimes I always pick up slow, so it looks like your nymph might be emerging, and this fish ate it on the emerge, on the uptick.
Good looking little
Nymph fish all day, huh?
Yeah. Good looking little rainbow. Well done.
As the day moves along, the fish start looking up and eating up.
Nice.
I have no idea how I hooked that fish.
Put it in the right spot.
Well, there you go. Put the nymph in its mouth.
Yeah.
That was one of those ones I think it ate on the pickup again.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things about fishing the North Platte out of the Ugly Bug with in October is, yeah, you know, you got a chance for an early morning hatch, but you don't have to be out here at the crack of dawn. You know, if your guides are willing to start a little later and fish a little later, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and things are picking up. That's a good fish.
Yeah. Good, healthy,
Oh, yeah.
big head on him.
Nice grab.
Nice.
Good fish. Now is that you know, above average for here?
Yeah, it's about average, maybe just slightly above. Good, healthy fish. He ate that little soft tackle hare's ear. Thanks, buddy. We've got a little soft tackle hare's ear here with on a jig head hook, so kind of Perdigon style, but it's just a soft tackle with a little purple collar. About 18 inches behind kind of a small chubby Chernobyl. This fly is technically called a mini foamulator, but it's just a mini chubby Chernobyl, 2 stacks of foam with a little bit of hackle. Yeah, good little fall setup here on the North Platte.
Quite the day fishing the North Platte. It took a bit for the fish to warm up, but once they did, it was amazing. It's our third day fishing with the Ugly Bug Fly Shop out of Casper, Wyoming. The weather has warmed up and the wind has laid down, for now. We head to a new stretch of the North Platte known for big fish, and Blake gets us set up for the day.
Another beautiful day here in right outside of Casper, Wyoming. Today we should have, you know, a little bit similar conditions that we've had in the past with, you know, cooler temps last night and this morning. We should have a good hatch. A pseudo's coming off around 11, and then as we move into the afternoon, we should get some good caddis activity, hopefully some more sedges and pine moss, and then obviously the blue wings are going to stick around, but should be a great day here, beautiful weather day, and looking forward to another great one.
So are you looking for heads this early, Blake?
Yeah. Yeah, I am looking. I haven't seen much yet, but
it's not too early in the day that we may have a shot.
correct. Especially in the shadows, you know. These banks where the bugs are starting to stack up a little bit. Beautiful morning.
Yeah.
We'll hit the inside little pocket of this. Yeah. Nice cast.
There he is. Where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I like it.
A good fish. We missed a fish out of there yesterday. Farmed one, right?
Yeah. Bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah,
when he
me
first
too.
rolled, I thought he was a little guy.
That's one of the things about this lower section of the river, though, Blake, is that it's not a numbers game, more of a quality game, right?
Yeah, for sure. We still see, you know, a few fish in kind of all age classes, but it seems like especially in these kind of the top of the runs and the inside corners that are definitely the more mature fish are in those locations.
They are fighting trout, let me tell you.
Yeah, and they're cool when it's this shallow. They're so speedy.
Yeah.
They can't go deep, so
They use the river.
really hot rods.
Oh, he stood up. He saw you.
Thought he was ready.
Jeez. Wish I had breakfast this morning. That's a big fish.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
You ever fish a 7-weight dry fly rod before?
I might have to. Nice. What a way to start the day, huh?
That's a good one. Chunky.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, what a fish.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
That fish warmed me up for sure.
It was right on that seam. So Blake, I guess that answers the question that the swings in temperature that we've had over the last couple of days aren't affecting these fish much.
No, it doesn't seem to be hurting them at all.
I missed a fish upriver a little while ago because I was looking for heads down the river. And as soon as you look away, the bobber drops. The chubby went under.
Or take a drink of soda or
Yeah.
whatever. It always happens that way.
Or have a conversation. Always got to watch your indicator. Always, always, always. It's a fisherman's law. As soon as you look away, it's going to drop.
Another healthy rainbow.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Well done.
Nice. Absolutely brilliant. You see a fish dimple in the water, put the cast 3-4 feet above them, and wait for the chubby to get eaten,
Yeah, so much fun.
or the nymph to drop, or the chubby to
Dropper.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking fish, silverfish.
Yeah. Super, super bright.
Let's grab.
Well done, Mark.
Thank you, sir. That was fun.
All clear. Thanks, buddy. Fish. Hard charging.
And then to the middle. Woo. Oh, nice fish, man.
Yeah, it is.
Dark fish too, huh?
Yeah. Eagle Lake rainbow. Cool spots. Kind of look like those leopard trout, you know? Pretty. Good, healthy, chunky fish.
So as you can see, the wind has picked up significantly here on the North Platte this morning, but that doesn't mean that you still should not be able to fish effectively to be able to present your flies to these fish. There's two things you can do to really maximize your castability in heavy wind. The first one is to really drive your cast with your thumb. If you use your wrist and give it a flick and really drive that cast forward with your thumb, it's going to create a certain amount of line speed with the bend of the rod that's going to get that line to cut through the wind. The second thing, which I like to do, which I find a lot easier to cast in the wind, is to add a single haul to your cast. And what the single haul is as you come forward from your back cast to your forecast, you have your line hand up near the rod and you pull the line to your pocket. And what that does is that puts an extra bend in the rod and creates line speed, a tighter loop that actually cuts the wind really well. So with on your back cast, on your forward cast, you simply bring your line hand down to your pocket. It bends the rod, increases the line speed, which transfers to the leader, which presents the fly and allows that fly to turn over in the wind really easily. So one more time, back cast, on your forward cast, just bring your hand to your pocket. It's that simple. You don't need to worry about a double haul. We're not in the Bahamas. We don't need to shoot at 60 feet. We're going 30 feet, 40 feet. The single haul will get you there.
Nice.
Right on the seam, right?
Yeah. For me, always this like diamond chop sort of water.
Yeah.
You know, where it kind of shows some depressions in buckets. They, you know, especially our fish here, they just love it. Especially this time of year, the side of the trough that is on the slick side of the trough, right?
Yeah.
If it really calms out, that's usually the one I try to fish more times than not.
Awesome. Fantastic. Another good one.
Yeah.
Holy. Quality's been fantastic today,
Good,
hasn't it?
healthy, yes. Right in the top of the jaw. That's perfect. Thanks, buddy. Nope, never mind.
Oh. There might be two, because look, that he's moving his ass around a lot.
No, there's a
There
fish
he is.
way inside, yeah. Eat that. Nice.
Jumped him off.
That was cool.
That's in super shallow water too, but that was a big
Yeah,
fish.
yeah. That was awesome.
And the dimple, like the rise form was just so small.
Super minute.
Oh, that is hilariously fun.
We row to another slick where Blake sees a nose. We spot another group of fish and run our flies through. Head hunting can be as incredibly frustrating as it is fun. On to the next. The light is starting to fade fast and the bugs are really coming off.
That was a fish. I thought it was just sunk. So we're getting into magic hour here. The sun is getting below the trees, soon to go below the hills. And it's a great time here on the North Platte in October to head hunt and to spot fish and target them. All right, thanks, Blake.
Yep.
And that's a small one of the day.
Sweet. Nice fish. Fun fish. Nice.
Good call, Blake, right on the inside edge.
Right where he should have been.
Yes,
I
sir.
like it. Nice fish.
Good fish. Yeah, it's a good one. What a day. We still have a couple hours of light left.
Yeah. Jeez.
Swimming before he's in the water.
We decide to call it a day and head back into town for a bite and a drink. For those of you who value time spent outdoors, investing in reliable tools is essential to making the most of your experience in nature. A durable, affordable, and timeless wristwatch is the perfect companion for any angler. And that's exactly what Vair watches are built for. Assembled in America and backed by a guaranteed waterproof warranty, Vair watches offer the ideal balance of affordability and performance. Stay on time and focus on the moments that matter most. It's our final day fishing with the Ugly Bug Fly Shop and Crazy Rainbow Lodge. The weather has gotten cool again. It's sweater weather. Well, for the morning anyway.
All right, Blake, we put the technical rods away. We got the meat stick out today. How do you want me to fish these streamers?
You know, our water's down, so we have a little bit of a ledge off the banks, but just kind of like you're doing there, throw it right up tight, close to the bank or close to the moss line. And then we'll give it a couple of, pretty aggressive strips. And then as you get it, 5 to 10 feet off the bank, let's slow down the strip just a little bit.
Okay.
And let it kind of swim and slow down. A lot of our fish are kind of unique. They're going to chase it right back to the boat. So when it gets close to the boat too, don't be afraid to kind of smaller twitches and lift a little bit. There
Just
you go.
like that.
Nice fish.
Couple strips off the bank and then slowed it right down. Some rivers, the guides teach you that when you get a fish that you see follow, don't change the cadence at all, right? But I guess when you do drop it or slow it down, it allows those flies to sink a bit.
Yep.
And it was a hit. I mean, there was no mistaking that. Just an absolute wallop.
That's awesome.
I mean, we're not 50 yards from the boat ramp.
Good way to start.
Either it's a good way or the kiss of death, right?
Yeah, one or the other.
All right. Sweet.
Good fish.
Good morning.
We get down here to deep water too, we could throw in that, don't be afraid to put a min behind it and to let it really get down into depth,
Yep.
on your streamer.
And we're fishing these streamers kind of the same way that we were fishing dries, put it in the likely spots, the pockets, the
Yep.
the inside seams, that sort of thing.
Inside pockets, yeah, exactly. Fish a little more kind of root balls and fast side seam,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, like this inside pocket that's coming up here on the left, this is kind of ideal. Yep, I'm a big believer in try to present as many 90-degree profiles to a fish as possible. Give them a side profile to it so that they can get full view of it. So change of direction, more of a side to side with your rod tip at times can really help. And part of the challenge in streamer fishing is trying to convince fish that really don't want to eat a streamer to eat a streamer.
Yeah. Plus, it slows it down. With that side profile, you throw a big mend upstream. It's not swinging across the current like a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. They got a shot to hunt it down and grab it.
Exactly. Yep. And I'm actually going to have you switch sides and flop it over to the left. It gets even deeper here on our left-hand side. Chased it.
Got it.
Nice.
Right off those rock point there.
That was cool. Saw him kind of move out to it like a big shark starting to chase. And gobbled it.
Now, what leader have you got on here?
We're just 4 feet of 2X off the end of that.
So we got some backbone.
Got some
behind us.
backbone just straight to your sink tip there.
This may be a brown, man. It's down and dirty.
Fish. Yep.
Oh, what do we got here, Blake?
I don't know, but I'm gonna pull a little trick here and get my boat to the downstream
Yeah.
so that we can make him fight you and the current at the same time. Hopefully fatigue him a little quicker. Yeah, perfect.
Right in front of your lodge. Took the trombone.
Awesome.
It's a rainbow.
Yeah, it is.
Fighting like a big brown trout.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good strong fish.
Got him on the outside.
Bump?
Oh, it was
Moss?
fish. Yeah, it was fish. I missed him. I rolled him. He ate. Did you see it?
I saw it go tight. I didn't know if it was fish or moss. Nice.
I knew there was going to be something
Yeah.
in there. Just way too fishy, hey?
Yeah. Perfect little spot. Sitting up against those rocks.
It goes to show when you pull those flies off the structure, like that fish ate probably 4 or 5 feet off that rock.
Yep. Must have been sitting right up against it. Thanks, buddy.
We pull over for a minute and Blake discusses how he likes to set up his tandem streamer rigs and the kind of streamer water he's looking for.
So when streamer fishing, I'm a big fan of a loop knot, allowing for more movement on the terminal end of the streamers or on the terminal streamer. So if we were throwing just one streamer, I'd tie it on with a loop knot. In this situation, we've got a tandem rig, but I like to have the back streamer on a loop. And I see a lot of common mistakes anglers making where they make that loop too big. So it really doesn't matter what loop knot you prefer. I kind of tie a Rapala knot. So I just make a granny knot, run it through the eyelet of the hook, and then take it back up above the granny knot, twist 6 times, and then back through that granny knot. But ideally, when I'm tying this loop, I want it to be in front of the eyelet with the diameter of about like a pin. If the loop knot is too big, you're going to get, especially in an articulated streamer situation, you're going to get your fly fouling within that loop. So as you can see here, I'll trim this tag. You'll see that this loop knot is relatively small, but that allows for freedom of that bug to really swing back and forth and not be hinged in one location. So this is to me, like, this is quintessential streamer water here on the North Platte. It's got all of it. We've got current seams, you'll see right behind me. We've got this big scum line, obviously a feeding line going on right on the edge of the scum. There's a very good chance there's, you know, some big river monster sort of fish in this kind of back eddy recirc that we're sitting in. We also got a bunch of great holding water with these big rocks kind of breaking up a heavier pinch point and current. So spots like this, I really spend a lot of time in, try to pick apart and hit, you know, every little pocket, the soft corners, the seams, the scum lines, overhanging branches off a lot of these trees. This is the reason that big fish live here, is it's got everything. Great places to hunt, great places to ambush prey where they can kind of hide out and sneak in and eat. It's got it all.
We head back onto the river, continuing the streamer program.
Blake made a really good point while we were talking, while we stopped for a break, and about how you have to be ready to go. Be ready to set the hook as soon as that fly hits the water, because a lot of times if a fish is up tight on the bank, as soon as that fly touches the water, they're going to attack it. So in order to be able to be ready immediately, what you want to do is never let the line leave your non-casting hand. And as soon as that fly hits the water, close the bail on your reel. Really, what you're doing is you're putting the line underneath your 2 fingers so that you can begin that strip. And if that fish eats, it's a quick strip set and you got them pinned. So as soon as that fly hits the water, close it and you're fishing right away. So that generally that first strip, if they're close to the bank, will be the one where you're able to come tight with that fish if they're not chasing it out. Like, what kind of retrieves do you like to see when fishing streamers here on the Platte?
You know, generally I'm kind of a tick pause sort of guy, but I say 6 to 7 inches, and then, you know, unless we got to move it super quick, you can kind of make it longer and smoother. But I'm not, you know, I really encourage, not afraid to really add a bunch of variables to it. And if we can find one that's working better than others, if it's super slow and long or super fast and short, especially when time gets slow, I say we vary it and try as many different things as we can.
The fish will tell you what they want.
Yeah. Sometimes the hardest part's trying to remember what you were doing that replicated the strike, right? To repeat it.
Right on that inflow. Productive streamer fishing, gotta love it.
Sitting right where he should be.
Yep. Took the bottom bug, took the bone. He did what you said. He slashed at it, then turned around and came back and ate it. Another good fish.
Things are warming up in the North Platte, and so are the fish. So we switch rods back to the dry fly setup.
When fishing dry flies for these trout, it can get quite technical. And one of the things that, it goes without saying, is important is how you mend. And mending in this situation serves three different purposes. Number one is it gives you a direct line to your fly such that the fly is able to drift naturally without any drag. So when you need to mend up or mend down, you can do so to make sure that that presentation is perfect. Number two is mending also moves your fly line away from the fly, which is important because if the fly line is too close to the fly, the fish are not going to come up and eat it. And the third one, which is probably the most overlooked, is actually mending to keep your fly line above the fly. Why would you want to show the fish your fly line first if it's floating downstream of your fly? So keep mending upstream to keep that fly line out of the view of the fish before they see it. You want them to see the fly first. Come on, really?
Oh, I chickened out.
It's a good little run of fish there. 3 or 4 of them all in a row.
Huh. He didn't like that.
That spook him, you think? We'll find out in a second.
Yeah, it looked like he...
A little outside. Guess not. This looks brown trout. It looks like it, but I think it's a rainbow.
Yeah, I think it is too. Maybe it cutthroat again.
It did look a little dark, didn't it?
Yeah. No.
No, rainbow.
Good old bow.
So we switched over from the streamer to the dry. In these flats, looking for noses again.
Well, that's about all the time we have for this adventure on the new Fly Fisher. I'd like to thank Blake Jackson and everyone from the Ugly Bug Fly Shop and Crazy Rainbow Lodge for their guidance, advice, and hospitality. Remember, adventure is out there. All you need to do is go and find it, and what better way than to do it with a fly rod in your hand. For more on our show, you can check us out on all the socials and, of course, at www.thenewflyfisher.com. My name is Mark Melnyk. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you one day in the American West, Casper, Wyoming, on the North Platte River.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Visit Casper, Ugly Bug Fly Shop, Crazy Rainbow Fly Fishing, Vair Watches, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited,